I've seen a lot of people here on the internet make jokes about how someone should write a modern retelling of the Odyssey, in which a man gets hopelessly lost on his way back from the bar. And I agree, I think that would be a super fun context to tell this classic story. Which got me thinking, like, wait a second, I write stories all the time. I could just do it myself. So with all that said, here's the game plan. We start with a character that we'll be calling Otis, who lives in Ithaca, New York, but is currently drinking at a bar just outside of Ithaca. His car is broken down and his phone is dead, so he can't call an Uber, but fortunately for him, he has an impeccable sense of direction. Or at least he normally does, but as I said before, he is currently drunk, which makes him a little less remarkable in that regard. So instead of heading toward Ithaca, he heads in the opposite direction, getting hopelessly lost in the process and embarking on a night-long voyage in which he encounters a bunch of zany characters, all of whom are modeled after the beasties and monsters present in the original Odyssey. But what about Penelope and the suitors? What am I going to do for them? Well, the idea that I have right now is that the apartment in Ithaca that he's trying to get back to isn't actually his. Maybe he's just crashing on a friend's couch or something. And throughout this entire treacherous journey, he's just repeating to himself over and over again, like, once I get back to my friend's place, I'm gonna have the best night of sleep I've ever had on that frickin' couch. But since he took so long to get back home, by the time he finally does get back, someone else has taken his place on the couch and Otis has to sleep on the floor. So, yeah, that's the plan. Penelope is a couch, and the suitor is the guy that's currently sleeping on that couch. And I guess that means that Otis should actually have to fight that guy in order for the metaphor to completely work, but we'll just have to wait and see how I decide to do it. Anyway, if my plan sounds interesting to you, then please consider subscribing to my channel, ringing the bell, and keeping an eye for when it starts to come out. I think I'm just going to call it Ithaca, New York, and since I'm expecting it to be pretty long, I'll probably release it in multiple parts, just so I don't leave you guys waiting forever before I start to post something. But that's all I have for you guys right now, so without further ado, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, don't die. See you later. Also, let me know which parts of the Odyssey you're the most excited to see how I handle. Okay, bye.